Breaking news today. Putin, Russia is more important to the EU than we are to them. On Wednesday, Russian President Vladimir Putin praised the country's tenacity in the face of international criticism. He compared the economic growth of Russia, a self-sufficient country, to that of the European Union, whose members are experiencing difficult times. The president said while meeting with people from Chukotka, a province in Russia's Far East. A local volunteer group that helps the country's military in the continuing battle with Ukraine received threats, among other things, and Putin was asked about them. Further reading, Western European police react to threats of Islamist attacks. This doesn't scare us, the president said, despite the fact that Russians frequently receive threats from outside. He said that the European Union should address its own problems instead. Putin advised them to focus on themselves, their clothing, and their food for the next day. Every one of them has a mountain of issues that don't mesh with ours. Following the commencement of its military campaign in the neighboring state in February 2022, Russia became the most sanctioned country in the world. Numerous Western nations have levied multiple waves of comprehensive sanctions against Russia, the most recent of which target the country's diamond trade. Putin may not have named a specific country, but his remarks looked to be about Germany, the longtime powerhouse of the European Union. Bloomberg recently reported that industrial production in Germany fell for the sixth consecutive month in November, suggesting that the country has probably entered a recession. The article used statistics from the Federal Statistical Office of Germany, destroying a criminal clan involved in drug trafficking. Spain and Portugal acquitted by Europol. The industry is in for a rough start to the year due to disappointing November production data and the recent deterioration of business expectations, Bloomberg said. Bloomberg economists predicted a little improvement for the national economy in Q1, but they also predicted a greater decline in the latter half of 2024. An overdose allegedly landed Lavezzi in the hospital, according to Argentine journalist Luis Ventura. His entourage corroborated this story, admitting that Lavezzi had a very serious problem with drugs. Carmen Barbieri's TV show delves further into the incident, offering a better picture of the ex-footballer's current situation. All of this started with a bizarre event that happened in Lavezzi's house in Punta del Este, Uruguay, on December 20. New information suggests a more complicated circumstance, which was initially described as an accident caused by a violent argument with his brother. Anxieties, voices, and persecution fears were all revealed by Argentine journalist Estefai Berardi about Lavezzi. The situation took a tragic turn when Lavezzi allegedly hurt himself with scissors, which prompted his brother to step in and unintentionally broke his collarbone. By saying, his brother tried to calm him down, Berardi added, it's not that he got into an argument with his sibling. Pocho, who is not a little guy but rather a huge guy, broke his collarbone when his brother attempted to take charge. Pocho is in a legal matter with his ex, Natalia Lombardo, and he thought that she could be the one who came looking for him. I relocated to Buenos Aires. The decision to fly Lavezzi to Buenos Aires on a medical jet was made as events progressed. The necessity to sedate Lavezzi for the safety of everyone concerned, including the flight crew, was emphasized by criminal lawyer Lucas Bertero, who had intimate knowledge of the occurrence and emphasized the intricacy of the circumstances. In Punta del Este, they decide that the best thing to do is to take him to Buenos Aires in a medical plane, said Bertero.